Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You seem like you could do these things in your sleep, and I'm losing sleep over it, so I thought maybe we'd get together and let's figure something out.
Yeah. Bear with me one moment. All right, let's take a look here. Okay. Okay, let's see what we're staring at here. Okay.
I don't know if my sketch makes any sense at all or not.
Okay, so I've got your sketch, and it does. Yeah, it does. So you've got a door. Okay, you got a door, which is here in the center. And then there's a wall on either side, and
just fixed wall.
What's the red stuff?
That's the plywood.
Okay.
So it's a 2x4 thickness with I think it's 5/8 plywood both sides. Total is 4 3/4, I believe. The thickness of all that thing.
Yeah.
And so then I've got a gap, obviously, all the way around that door. It's going to be up off the ground. And the idea is this panel rack, that stuff you stick on, you can hang stuff on it like bins or whatever. That covers the wall. And so that's pretty much what I've got to work with, is somehow conceal it behind those, leave the edge of the panel overlap the crack a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's gonna swing right. And I saw those. I can't see the number on that one. Where's my email? That one looks like it had maybe a bigger offset. That 541.
Yeah, I don't think anything by Texas is going to work.
Okay.
So there is a hinge that's meant specifically for doing this.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. The problem is, are you going to be able to mortise to the edge of that plywood?
I can take that plywood and glue it, screw it, do whatever, because it's going to be covered in the door area. It'll be covered by the panels, and so I can effectively make the 2x4 and the plywood one.
Yeah. Okay. Or at least.
Sense.
Yeah, it does. I mean, or at least reduce the door size so that you can put lumber on the edge, so that you are not attaching a hinge to 2x4 and then the edge of plywood.
Sure, I can build up 2x4, 2 or 3 thick, whatever we need to, so that we've got something to mortise into. Yeah.
So, are you at a computer?
I am.
So, would you please type in the search box top center, please type in 518 US 19.
Okay. Sauce?
So when that comes up, click on the second item, and then scroll down. And
second item, I'm not following you there.
2 items should have come up when you found that sauce item. Just click on there are 2 lines.
One. I mean, it's showing just that hinge.
Okay, so go ahead and click on Buy Now on the right side, and then when the next page loads,
I'm not even seeing. I can see Add to Cart.
Oh, great. Okay, so scroll down. Do you see the map of the United States?
Yes.
Keep scrolling down. Another 8 inches down. Do you see some specifications that they call it.
Yeah, open clearance detail.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's so that hinge is meant specifically for this application.
Okay, let me look here.
Where you're going to have something overhang.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I see what you're saying. Is it adjustable?
Not at all.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
But
shaving cream, nuts.
Why? But being a reliable carpenter, you wouldn't need adjustability.
Okay. Yeah, it's not something I do every day, Richard. But if that's the animal, okay.
it may be the animal. What I'm concerned with is the ranch casing basically is what that is. That's applied to the face of the door. That's going to be your steel.
Yeah.
But if you envision the opening without that, the steel that you're coming up with is, your margin between your plates of steel is going to exist somewhere.
Okay.
And
you're saying I can't butt them tight together?
Well, no, not saying that. You can butt them tight together, sure. The issue on this is going to be I'm not sure of the function of the 1/8-inch thick steel cladding panels.
They're about a 16th thick.
Okay.
And that's just what I'm stuck with because that's what goes on that wall. And then that's basically, I can't put any other trim, anything that gives the door away, or it kind of defeats the whole purpose. So
yeah, definitely.
To do.
But what I'm driving at is you're obviously going to have a break between the 1/16 of an inch thick, cladding. So that it's going to give away evidence that something is there.
Okay, I guess I was thinking as long as I can get the crack of the cladding offset to the crack of the door. One side or the other a little bit, so that one or the other panels covers the crack. Top and bottom I'm not worried about because I can just go past, above it and below it. And even the latch side, I'm not worried about that.
But what is the functional purpose of the margin between the cladding, whether it be at the door seam or a 1/2 inch over? Is it just to hide the margin between the wall and the door?
Yeah, the cladding can shift left and right anywhere as long as the hinge is compatible with it. Plywood
right.
can shift even. Whatever. I just can't have a crack that shows the back side. Okay,
I understand. So, what if, in your mind's eye, on your door, you're hinging it on the left? Okay. What if, in your mind's eye, you took that steel cladding and you just shifted that all over a 1/2 inch, let's say? Then on your door, so let's do this. Let's say that your doors are 3 foot wide. Let's just say that. Okay. Let's say, pardon me, you've got a door. Let's say it's 3 foot wide. Let's say that wall on either side, let's just say they're 3 foot wide. Okay. The width of the cladding on the door, let's call it 37 inch because it's going to overhang a 1/2 inch on each side. And then you're going to hold it back on the wall to 35 1/2. and just kick that margin over slightly.
Yeah. So you're saying that the door panel will be wider than the door.
The cladding on the face of the door panel will be wider than the door.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for.
Okay. Yeah.
That's exactly what I want, Richard.
Yeah, so using that hinge, on the hinge side, our ranch casing that we're kind of looking at in the sauce drawing is good. That's our cladding. Then on the opposite side, think of having just a flat astragal. You know, like in a pair of doors, you've got a flat piece of steel, then it's just going to hang over to do what? Cover the seam cover the stile between the two doors. So I don't see there being any trouble. The only thing so the D dimension is D is 51/64. That's a lot. I don't think you're going to have any trouble at all with like a 1/2 inch overhang.
Okay. It just basically turns on itself. I mean, basically, the edge of that cladding basically stays put. It just pivots right where it's at, it looks like.
Exactly. I mean, the cladding is going to come with the door, but because it's overhanging and because of the way that the hinge articulates open, it permits clearance for that overhang that's on the hinge side.
You know, I'm not sure if we're on the same picture here, but on where it says open clearance detail, it's got 3, the door shut and then partways open and then completely open.
Yeah.
And the trim there on the door itself, the third picture.
Yeah.
Do you know what that distance is between the wall and the door there?
The door. So right above the open clearance detail, do you see any other graphics?
Okay, yeah. I'm just looking to see which that would be.
So I'm thinking we're going to look at the D dimension.
Okay, jam to door.
And down below the open clearance detail, it shows the D dimension is 51/64. So,
oh my goodness! Wow,
that's a lot.
That's plenty.
Yeah. So,
okay.
So so 1 divided by 64 times 51. That's 0.796 inch. So you're pushing 13/16. You're a healthy 3/4. You're 3/4 plus.
I could have a 3/4 over on either side with that.
You can. I'd hold it back a little bit, but yeah.
Okay.
I'd make it 5/8.
Okay, I got you. So what kind of a load do these have?
Well, it's
by the
funny
time I
say that, because the name sauce is synonymous with obscene weight.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know that these wide throws are actually load rated. How heavy will your door be?
I'm guessing probably pushing 150 pounds, 200 pounds.
So in the world of sauce, that would be like a fly on the elephant's ass.
Really?
Yeah, that's a walk in the park for these hinges. How tall is the door?
It'd be 6 foot.
Tall? So it's very short.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I mean, 3 hinges, you're good. This job is done.
3 hinges, and that'd be good to go.
Good to go. I believe you're good to go.
Okay. So, what about? I'm looking at the install on some of these. Is there all kinds of templates and all that stuff as well, then, or what does a guy do to make their own template?
None. Well, you can, but so right above that drawing that we're referring to with the D dimension, there should be 3 horizontal links.
Yes.
And okay, so the one in the middle called template. If you click on that.
Okay. So
this isn't installation instructions, except that it's everything you need to install it. And here's in possibly our common religion, there's 10 commandments. With sauce, there's 1 commandment, and that is you don't exceed the E dimension. And the E dimension is, I don't see it on this page, so let me look at the Let's see. Okay. Yeah, the E dimension. Yeah, so on the jam. Okay. So the E dimension is back on the page, and that is a 1/4 inch. So you cannot, when you're looking at the template is not the proper document at this time. If you would, of those 3 documents, product brochure on the left is the one that's best at this time.
Okay.
And on page 1, you're going to see the same specification.
Yep. E 1/4 inch. Yep. That actually lays it out a little nicer.
So that so long as you do not exceed that with where you place the hinge, you're fine. So then back to the template. It gives you all the dimensions, and all you need to do is with your router or however you're going to do it, make the prep in the door and the frame, those sizes that are required for the depth of the body, the thickness of the plate, the height, the width. This will work splendidly.
Okay. Just okay. So yeah.
So the question becomes is, are there installation aids for this? Probably.
Yeah. We're up here in RV country, and the tolerance is 1/8 inch and a hammer in the local industry.
Oh yeah.
So
carpenter's pencil.
Yeah. So fat carpenter's pencil.
Yeah,
so getting this thing dead on, I guess they'd have to shim the adjacent plywood to match it. If I'm off a little bit or something, but as long as the hinges, do they need adjustment down the road as they wear, or what do you do?
Yeah,
as far
that's always been a contention of mine when it comes to a lot of people's reliance on 3-way adjustable concealed hinges. Tectus, Sugatsuni, McKinney, other people. And I've prepped for sauce, a lot over the years, and there's been one time in 3 decades that I've seen a sauce hinge that failed, and it was a smaller size, and 2 kids climbed up on top of this door, which was actually a bookcase hung on sauce, and they sat on it, and they bent the hinge. These hinges never fatigue. I've never seen them fatigue. I have hung 307/0 16 gauge metal doors with 3/4 granite laminated to them. I have hung that's the light one. Here I have hung a 4090 14 gauge steel stiffened hollow metal door with 12 gauge stainless laminated to both sides on sauce. And that is a very busy delivery door in Manhattan, like kitty corner from Trump Tower. So if you've been to Manhattan, you know how busy that part of the world is.
Holy mackerel.
So the bottom line is, Sauce's attitude on adjustable is we'll never make one. Never. And you know why? Because you'll as long as you prep it in the right location, nothing is going to move. In terms of the hinge. That's their attitude. Most people don't share it. I am suspicious of the adjustable hinges, not today, but 10 years down the road, because we're mechanically holding the hinge together with screws. But I've spoken to a customer of mine who's been in the game, forever, and he's like, listen, we've actually never been called back to readjust those hinges. And I says, well, that's good to know. I'll pass that forward. But in the Tectus catalog, I'm not aware of a hinge that will do this. And I would argue that if they have one, it would probably be a little more expensive. But as long as you put that at the right height, top down, and you don't exceed the E dimension, and you've got the height of the hinge leaf, the width, the depth, you're good.
When you say put it at the right height, what do you mean?
So like the top of the door to the top of the first hinge is going to be X. 8-inch, let's say. As long as you have it 8-inch on the frame, and then you've got it at 7 7/8 on the door, top to the top or top to center, if you're observing an 1/8 of an inch margin, you're golden. I mean, if you put it at 8-inch there and 9-inch there, yeah, you got a problem. But your 3-way adjustable hinge ain't going to compensate for that. Plus, those are only adjustable in small increments. They are nice, like entertainment centers have adjustable hinges. But I've always seen that as a necessary component on stuff like that that's slapped together in bulk. You got to adjust your doors, and I'm thinking, well, if you just put a hinge on there, that's in the right place.
Yeah, I follow
anyway,
you. I follow you.
Just my attitude, my opinion.
Okay. So what would my door is basically 3 by 6. And I'm thinking probably by the time I get the plywood on it and the steel and whatever is hung on it, I'm thinking probably 200 pounds. And you're saying a pair of these should work?
No,
or
I said
go triple.
Yeah, I
triple?
said 3. Yeah,
okay.
I mean, 3. 3 would be appropriate. If you felt that you needed more, you would put 4 of them on the door, 2 at the top and then 1 at the bottom, and equal out the last one. But your door is not heavy. I mean, to me and you, your door is heavy. To Sauce, your door is not heavy. I could show you a chart where they can hang 1,000+ pound doors.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so you would use 3 of these 518. Do you have them in stock?
That part number that I gave you, I do have in stock in that finish.
Okay. So you're talking $660 basically.
Oh, I'm not looking at it, but yeah, something like that.
Okay.
For black,
okay.
I have other finishes as well, which anything they would probably be more expensive. Let's look. Actually, no, black is more expensive. I've got satin chrome. Those are $191 each.
That's better, sure.
Yeah, and then I've got, let's see. Yeah, satin chrome is the other one that I keep on hand.
Okay, whichever is the cheapest one.
Satin chrome is, I've got 4 of those.
Satin chrome. Okay. And you're talking 190 something or other?
Yeah, 191.
Okay. Well, if you think 3 of them will do it, I'm game to give it a whirl, Richard.
I hope that you'll send photos when it's all said and done. Because there's going to be someone else in the world that's going to want to see your work. That's for sure. Okay, should I enter the order at this time for these?
If you can, let me get. Hang on, just a second here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can. However you want to do it.
Oh, we'll do it right now. We're on the phone. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.